Britney Spears' top confessions: cheating, pregnancy, soul-crushing, childhood. The Woman in Me, Britney Spears' book, features confessions about her relationship with Justin Timberlake. Britney Spears is sharing all her secrets in her upcoming memoir, The Woman in Me. In the book, set to release later this month, the 41-year-old pop star opens up about drug use, cheating, and abortion and the reason she shaved her head. Excerpts shared by People and the New York Times cover several areas of Spears' life, from her child star days on Disney's The All-New Mickey Mouse Club through the dissolution of her controversial conservatorship. Spears had brushes with fame early in her life, including a notable turn on Star Search when she was 10, but her first big break came when she was cast on the Mickey Mouse Club revival on the Disney Channel in 1992. In the book, she discussed being a Mouseketeer on the show from 1989 to 1995. She appeared alongside stars like Christina Aguilera, Ryan Gosling, and fellow pop star and former Flame Justin Timberlake. Being in the show was boot camp for the entertainment industry: extensive dance rehearsals, singing lessons, acting classes, time in the recording studio, and school in between, she recalled. The Mouseketeers quickly split into our own cliques, divided by the dressing rooms that we shared. Christina Aguilera and I were the younger kids, and we shared a dressing room. We looked up to the older kids, Kerry Russell, Ryan Gosling, and Tony Lucca, who I thought was so handsome. And I quickly connected with a boy named Justin Timberlake. She called the gig a kid's dream and unbelievably fun, but noted that it was also exceptionally hard work. We would run choreography 30 times in a day, trying to get every step perfect. It wasn't all work with the child stars though. Spears also mentioned a game of truth or dare when someone dared Timberlake to kiss her. She remembered a Janet Jackson song playing in the room as he followed through on the dare. The all-new Mickey Mouse Club was filmed in a studio in Orlando, Florida, and when the show was over, Spears made the decision to return to her hometown of Kentwood, Louisiana. Already within me was a push-pull. Part of me wanted to keep building toward the dream, the other part wanted me to live a normal life in Louisiana, she wrote. For a minute, I had to let normalcy win. For a while, she was able to lead a normal teenage life. Part of this, she recalled, included traveling to Biloxi, Mississippi, with her mother and drinking daiquiris when she was in 8th grade. I loved that I was able to drink with my mom every now and then, she shared. The way we drank was nothing like how my father did it. When he drank, he grew more depressed and shut down. We became happier, more alive and adventurous. She remembered this beautifully normal period of her life fondly but admitted she missed performing. A lawyer that she and her mother knew, a man named Larry, suggested she record a demo. He was even able to supply a song for her, a track that had been cut from a Toni Braxton record. Larry took me around New York City, she wrote, and I went into rooms full of executives and sang Whitney Houston's I Have Nothing. Gazing out at the rooms full of men in suits looking me up and down in my small dress and high heels, I sang loud. After signing a record deal at 15, she threw herself firmly into recording. I worked for hours straight, she wrote. My work ethic was strong. If you knew me then, you wouldn't hear from me for days. I would stay in the studio as long as I could. If anyone wanted to leave, I'd say, I wasn't perfect. By the time she was 20, Spears had already released 3 successful albums, and she'd filmed her first movie, Crossroads. Released in 2002, it became an instant classic for many fans, but she had some difficult feelings attached to it. The experience wasn't easy for me, she wrote of the filming process. My problem wasn't with anyone involved in the production but with what acting did to my mind. I think I started method acting, only I didn't know how to break out of my character. I really became this other person. Some people do method acting, but they're usually aware of the fact that they're doing it. But I didn't have any separation at all. I ended up walking differently, carrying myself differently, talking differently. I was someone else for months while I filmed Crossroads. Still to this day, I bet the girls I shot that movie with think she's a little quirky. If they thought that, they were right, she speculated of co-stars Zoe Saldana and Taryn Manning. She called the movie pretty much the beginning and end of my acting career, something that made her feel relieved. Spears later appeared in single episodes of shows like How I Met Your Mother and Will and Grace, but nothing nearly as involved as starring in her own movie.